Your Excellency Deputy High Commissioner of the Republic of Cyprus, Mr. Nicholas Manolis, Chairman of the World Federation of Overseas Cypriots, Mr. Andreas Papavridis, President of the National Federation of Cypriots in the UK, Mr. Christos Karolis, Chairman of the Conservative Friends of Cyprus, Mr. Jason Harlambous, distinguished guests, dear members and friends of the Hellenic Bankers Association in the UK and the Hellenic Observatory. Dear all, I would like to welcome you tonight to this event. It forms part of a series of events and lectures that aim to address a number of key economic and political issues that are relevant to contemporary Greece and Cyprus. Tonight, we are honored to welcome Mr. Αβέρωφ Νεοφύτου. Member of the House of Representatives of the Republic of Cyprus and President of the Democratic Rally. President Nεοφύτου has been leading a number of delegations and a number of committees of the Republic of Cyprus House of Representatives in the European Union and in the broader Eastern Mediterranean region. Tonight, President Nεοφύτου will discuss how to transform Eastern Mediterranean from a region of conflict to one of stability, prosperity, and security. Professor Kevin Featherstone will chair tonight's event. Professor Featherstone is Eleftherios Venizelos Professor in Contemporary Greek Studies and the Director of the Hellenic Observatory. He's also a regular contributor to Kathimerini. Lastly, I would like to take this opportunity to welcome Eurobank, our new corporate member of the Hellenic Bank Association in the UK, and to extend a warm welcome to Mr. George Pentagiotis, who is the head of Eurobank's London branch, and to wish him all the best in his new role. And a few housekeeping items for the record. Tonight's event will be recorded. A podcast will be made available at a later stage. Any comments you'd like to make in social media, the hashtag is LSE Cyprus and HPA UK. Now, over to President Nεοφύτου for his speech.
Ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, it is with great pleasure that I address this lively audience in a public lecture hosted by the Hellenic Observatory and the Hellenic Bankers Association UK here at the prestigious London School of Economics and Political Science. When Kennedy visited Berlin, he stated the well-known Ich bin eine Berliner. Everybody would love to be a London School of Economics graduate. I didn't have the opportunity to study to this prestigious institution, but I have the honor to make a speech tonight. Dear Professor Featherstone, head of the European Institute of the LSE, and dear Mr. Luis Loizou, chairman of the Hellenic Bankers Association UK, thank you for the kind invitation to be with you tonight. It is a great honor for me to be amongst you. Dear friends, dear students, we live through times of challenges in the region of the Eastern Mediterranean, and Cyprus in particular. These challenges are not merely Cypriot issues. There are important European issues with great benefits for Europe in regards to its energy security. The region of the Eastern Mediterranean has always been rich in conflicts and also in geostrategic challenges. The severe humanitarian and refugee crisis have increased migration flows. At the same time, the energy potential has turned the global energy spotlight on the region. New horizons for relations in the region are opening for Cyprus and the European Union, creating conditions for wider synergies. The geopolitical map is changing, and indeed, geopolitical challenges increase the need for a stability pillar in our region. The strategic objective is to transform the Eastern Mediterranean from a region of conflict into one of stability, security, and prosperity. As such, regional and international actors like the European Union have an important role to play to safeguard the stability of this region. Cyprus' narrative for the Eastern Mediterranean is one of strengthening its role as a geostrategic bridge under the principle of strengthening collaboration and cooperation. Utilizing Cyprus' unique geostrategic location and the long-lasting historical ties of friendship, cooperation, and mutual understanding it enjoys with all neighboring countries but Turkey. Working methodically in deepening our ties and building our cooperation that yields tangible results, beneficial not only for the countries involved, but also for the region as a whole. Therefore, bringing to the European table our bridging role. Our actions are underpinned by a long-term vision for the region that we believe is important also for Europe. We see significant added value in increasing European Union involvement in the region. We believe that Cyprus, a member state of the European Union, with excellent relations with its neighbors and a deep understanding of the dynamics of Southeastern Mediterranean, can be a catalyst in this direction. In this framework, the Eastern Mediterranean energy prospect is a real game changer. The presence of huge players of the global energy industry, such as ExxonMobil, Shell, Total, Eni, Qatar Petroleum, and Kogas in the Cypriot exclusive economic zone is telling. These are 5-6 energy giants on the top 10 list of the energy sector. The potential for wider convergences, cooperation, and of course, since we have bankers here, investment opportunities. It can become a tool of cooperation that will contribute in meeting the energy needs of the region, of the European Union, and gradually contribute to the greater stability in relations among neighboring countries and promote security and peace. The recent agreement for the export of Israel gas to Egypt are concrete examples of the role of energy in strengthening regional relationships. The energy resources can in their totality cover not only the regional energy needs. Moreover, the region's potential to become a future gas supplier to both Europe and Asia, given its strategic location near the European market and the Suez Canal, is a valid one. Cyprus can indeed play an important role in de-risking energy exploitation in the region and be the reliable and the credible pillar of political, energy, and economic cooperation and a link between Europe, the Eastern Mediterranean, and the Middle East, enabling increased energy security for Europe through diversification of sources. Practically speaking, when we consider the region, Cyprus is indeed a prudent location for critical infrastructure and in particular a liquefaction plant. It's not easy to build a liquefaction plant in Israel. It's not an easy task to build a liquefaction plant in Lebanon. While verified quantities do not viably support one yet, we are confident that our new discoveries will make it financially and operationally viable. This will enable the export of liquefied gas, for example, to the regasification plant in Alexandroupolis, Greece, and from there to Balkans, further diversifying energy sources for Europe and the region. It could also be exported to regions in China and Far East that will need liquefied gas as a fuel and through also a pipeline to existing LNG plants in Egypt. Cyprus and Egypt have already agreed for a natural gas pipeline from the Aphrodite reserve to these plants. At the same time, discussions for sales contracts from Aphrodite are quite advanced. Anyhow, member of the consortium of Aphrodite reserve is Shell, which is one of the owners of the liquefaction plants in Egypt. If proven technically and economically viable, because there are a lot of question marks, the East Med pipeline is also an option that could serve towards developing indigenous EU resources and diversifying supply sources and routes, enhancing the Europeans' security of supply. In fact, it is the energy developments in our region that triggered the trilateral cooperation mechanism, putting into action our strategy to create synergies and forge closer cooperation with moderate countries of the region in a broad range of areas. from political and economic cooperation to security, energy, education, innovation, and agriculture. The trilateral cooperation mechanism that Cyprus promotes with Greece and key players such as Israel, Egypt, Jordan, and Lebanon are core to this. They serve as a model of regional dialogue, contributing to the consolidation of peace, stability, and prosperity. They also serve as a tool for achieving greater understanding and cooperation on all levels. There is no doubt that those initiatives will contribute to the regional security and also to the security of the European Union and its citizens. They are driven by a central pillar of a positive agenda and are indeed an instrument for promoting cooperation. They constantly evolve in areas where there is a comparative advantage. This includes broadening the trilateral format to bring in additional partners in specific fields, such as Italy and the European Commission in the discussions of cooperation on energy-related issues, France on the creation of a new cooperation formation in the region, and security issues as well. And of course, the United States on issues of energy and security. The trilateral mechanisms serve in essence as an inclusive and dynamic format and platform for regional cooperation that they have attract the interest of other countries is a recognition of a great success and of the growing understanding that this form of regional cooperation contributes to collective efforts to address a lot of challenges. The decision to create a permanent secretariat in Nicosia for the trilaterals will further solidify the progress achieved and create additional momentum forward. Dear friends, Cyprus is in the forefront of building partnership in the Eastern Mediterranean, aiming to establish conditions of peace and stability in our region. At the same time, it is a fact that Turkey's increased aggression in the region and against Cyprus poses a serious destabilizing threat. Turkey's latest moves to conduct illegal drilling operations within Cyprus' exclusive economic zone in plots allocated to Italian company Eni and French company Total constitute a violation of Cyprus' sovereign right. In addition, lately, they try illegally to bring Varosha under the Turkish administration. This aggression is taking place as we are currently in the midst of a new effort to resume the process and restart negotiations to reach a viable solution to the Cyprus problem. We are determined and fully committed and in full support of the efforts of President Anastasiadis for the resumption of the negotiations. In addition, the Syrian developments further increase tensions and migration flows in the region, creating further challenges for Cyprus and indeed Europe. Regional cooperation is of essence towards stabilizing the region. It forms a vital counterbalance to the geopolitical challenges as a potential viable mechanism of stability through mutual cooperation. I will make a very sensitive statement. Post-comprehensive settlement of the Cyprus problem, and provided that Cyprus will have its own liquefaction plant, and potentially the East Med will be realized despite the difficulties, I would not personally exclude the option of a pipeline to Turkey for the sale of natural gas at commercial terms. In a post-solution era, Cyprus' relations with Turkey will change, and we expect in such a case to be normal, opening opportunities in further cooperation. But this has to do with the goodwill of Turkey to contribute for a viable and just solution of the Cyprus issue. The ultimate goal is hydrocarbons to serve as a means to bring in prosperity to all Cypriots and the region. Indeed, this small pin on the map can be the required security pillar to strengthen the energy security of Europe and the region through diversification of sources. A reunited Cyprus as a pillar of stability and a link between the European Union, the Eastern Mediterranean and the Middle East, positively contributing in the energy security of the region, can very well be the way to achieve this and provide the necessary framework and a secure base of the infrastructure investment required. We have a vision for our country, and we know that great visions cannot fit in divided countries. That's why we'll try our best for the reunification of our divided island. And we want this small island to play this geopolitical role in the region. And also a united Cyprus could be a symbol of coexistence of Christians and Muslims. In a united Cyprus and within European Union will be great for every citizen of Cyprus, but also to play the role that we should play in the region. Concerning the energy, we want to be the Norway of the Eastern Mediterranean and not the Nigeria of Europe. Thank you.